A woman enjoys coffee and colorful macarons, a small joy in life. She greedily eats a whole macaron but chokes and hurriedly drinks hot coffee. She burns her lips and spills coffee on an important typewriter, panicking briefly. She wipes away coffee stains, relieved no one saw her small accident. Choi Hyun-suk, the world's best MMA champion, dies unexpectedly at age 29. He mourns dying young, full of regret and fury about his sudden death. After calming down, he accepts death and reflects on his lonely, regretful life. An angel named Rachel arrives to offer him a choice after death. Rachel explains he can choose reincarnation as a hero or return as his old self. Rachel urges him to embrace heroism, promising wealth, fame, and adventure. He recalls childhood dreams of heroism, slowly accepting this new path. Rachel's timer runs out and she demands his final decision immediately. He decides to accept, eager for a new life full of heroes' glory and fame. Rachel cheers and teleports him away with magic to begin his adventure. Left alone, Rachel sighs and contacts someone about delivering the hero. Choi Hyun-suk wakes up with pain and foggy memory in a strange place. Suddenly a huge red-skinned demon kicks him, shocking the shocked hero awake. He regains composure and nervously faces the terrifying red cow-headed demon. Choi Hyun-suk declares he's a hero, ready to face any challenge. He lands a powerful head kick on the demon's face with precision and speed. The demon grabs Choi Hyun-suk's ankle, crushing it with overwhelming pressure. The crushing pain grows as the demon taunts him to prove he's truly a hero. A massive red fist swings down as the demon prepares to finish him off. Choi Hyun-suk blacks out as the demon's deadly blow lands with crushing force. Red Nightmare Raidrun contemplates the rising number of foolish human heroes invading the fortress. He sighs, worried about fortress repairs and constant attacks from reckless humans. Choi Hyun-suk awakens alone in a narrow prison cell, frustrated and yelling. A small goblin named Jack threatens Choi Hyun-suk with a large sword nearby. Choi Hyun-suk grows frustrated, demanding an explanation for his grim situation. Park Tae-soo, a fellow Korean prisoner, greets Choi Hyun-suk from the next cell. Park Tae-soo claims he is also a hero despite his weary appearance and age. More prisoners claiming to be heroes join the conversation, filling the prison with laughter. Park Tae-soo explains that many here are self-proclaimed heroes lost and confused. He warns Choi Hyun-suk that their hero titles mean nothing in this harsh place. Choi Hyun-suk questions why he was sent here, anger swelling inside him. Park Tae-soo reveals Rachel mistakenly sent many heroes here instead of elsewhere. Choi Hyun-suk clenches his fist, burning with rage at the injustice of his fate. Park Tae-soo sighs, admitting they are all doomed given their grim reality. Rachel arrives tense, summoned by her stern superior Frizella in a marble hallway. Frizella reprimands Rachel for transferring Choi Hyun-suk to a dangerous demon fortress. Frizella reveals Rachel's transfer errors sent 94 heroes to a demon stronghold instead of the capital. Rachel recalls coffee spilled on her transfer device as she faces mounting tension and blame. Choi Hyun-suk toils silently in the demon fortress under Zack's cruel watch and constant abuse. Zack mockingly strikes Choi Hyun-suk's head as the tall slave feigns obedience to survive. Choi Hyun-suk dreams silently of revenge against his tormentor Zack and survival. Choi Hyun-suk and Park Tae-soo discuss his rare status and rising stamina in the slave cell. Park Tae-soo praises Choi Hyun-suk's pickaxe digging skill, expecting him to escape the fortress. Late at night, Choi Hyun-suk lies awake, calculating how long his stat growth to freedom will take. He bitterly curses Rachel, feeling betrayed by the angelic woman who sent him here by mistake. Choi Hyun-suk imagines his harsh surroundings, a fiery demon bull commander and cruel captivity. Choi Hyun-suk silently vows to endure and someday take brutal revenge on his enemies. He studies his status window, noting a rare point increase to stamina after relentless hardship. A mysterious late-night voice surprises Choi Hyun-suk. It's Rachel, faint smile soft but shy. Rachel quietly greets Choi Hyun-suk, her smile hiding complicated feelings behind angelic facade. Hell appears now tiny, glowing wings shimmering in the dim light. Choi Hyun-suk grabs tiny Rahel angrily, flames dancing in his eyes. He swings Rahel around, slamming her against the filthy straw repeatedly. Rahel silently curses her superior Frizzell, regretting this harsh assignment. Frizzell orders Rahel become the hero's exclusive fairy or face dire consequences. Rahel protests violently, refusing to be the exclusive fairy again after a century. Rahel sobers him up with her story after he finally pauses his violent outburst. He refuses hero duty. She insists he holds rare SSS class potential. He doubts her truth and refuses sacrifice for a cause he does not believe in. He reveals a desire to escape as an adventurer rather than become a hero. Rahel warns of danger ahead and the need for strength to survive this world. Choi Hyun Suk doubts illusions of heroism but vows to get stronger to survive. Rahel becomes troubled, realizing the hero's pragmatic and cynical nature. She obeys now, bound to follow his orders until he defeats the Demon King. Goblin Jack raps on cell bars, urgently summoning Choi Hyun Suk to see Raid Run. Red Nightmare Raid Run summons him, offering a position as slave driver. Raid Run praises Choi Hyun Suk's hard work and offers him a new role. Rahel panics at his acceptance, pleading with him to refuse the demon's offer. He opens his status window and finds a new quest revealing a chance for hero points. He clenches his fist in quiet triumph, seeing a new path emerge from darkness. Choi Hyun Suk leads 3,000 slaves with a stern military hand. He spots a system notification boosting his hidden charisma stat. Rahel frantically pleads with him to abandon the demon army's cause. Slaves see Choi Hyun Suk as insane, but he keeps pushing them harder. Work delays catch his sharp eyes as he rushes to fix problems. A system alarm sounds as Raidrun's favorability rapidly rises. He praises Raidrun loudly, shocking slaves and guards nearby. He leads the slaves in singing the Mao Army Third Corps song loudly. That night, Rahel angrily confronts him about his reckless behavior. He explains raising charisma and leadership is key to his plan. Rahel doubts the hero quest to gain favor of the demon executive. He reads the quest to raise Raidrun's favor, despite Rahel's disbelief. Rahel wonders if her superior Priscilla altered the hero quest. He insists he has reasons and isn't helping the demon lord willingly. He urges patience, saying Raidrun's favorability will soon reach its goal. Goblin Jack bursts in urgently, summoning Choi Hyun Suk to Raidrun. He eagerly accepts Raidrun's summons, revived with sudden energy. Raidrun praises Choi Hyun Suk's labor and invites him to relax. Choi Hyun Suk humbly attributes success to Raidrun's wise guidance. Favorability alarm rings. Raidrun's expression stiffens from embarrassment. Choi Hyun Suk seizes the moment to request training the slaves. Coalition leaders meet late to discuss retaking Hemmerin Fortress. Olaven Grimier insists they must retake Fortress quickly before it fortifies. He proposes drawing enemies out to annihilate them and rescue slaves. Choi Hyun Suk convinces Raidrun to allow slave training for efficiency. Raidrun reluctantly agrees to Choi's plan to train slaves as elite workers. Choi Hyun Suk returns to his room, smiling as Rahel scolds his reckless plan. Rahel angrily lashes out at Choi for praising Raidrun and slaving slaves. Choi explains the real plan, training slaves for rebellion against the army. Choi reveals that 3,000 slaves vastly outnumber the Demon King's 500 soldiers. Choi trusts the slaves' will to rise despite their fear of the Demon King's army. Rahel struggles with doubts but finally supports the potential of Choi's rebellion plan. They discuss the nearby Human Alliance army as allies after capturing the fortress. Rahel praises Choi as a genius, moved by his changing approach to heroism. Choi thinks about using Rahel's knowledge and magic for scouting and utility. Choi accepts Rahel's company despite past doubts because of her usefulness. Rahel recalls the opening of the hero shop after Choi finishes the first quest. Choi finds only silly beginner hero skills like hold breath and hold poop. Rahel insists useful abilities will come with leveling up the hero shop later. Choi reacts harshly to Rahel's cuteness while frustration mounts over the hero shop. Rahel's screams echo as she faces Choi's overwhelming frustration all night long. Several days pass as Choi focuses on the daily routine training morning slave education. Choi commands the 3,000 slaves to salute the Demon King at the start of training. Choi leads 3,000 slaves in training under Raidrun's watchful eyes daily. Raidrun grows fascinated with training and moves his office close to observe better. Choi struggles to conceal his worry about starting combat training amid Raidrun's interest. Raidrun's growing enthusiasm pressures Choi. He fears the plan will fail early. Raidrun rushes toward Choi urgently, warning there is no time to stay put. Raidrun grabs Choi's wrist, urging him to escape the fortress immediately. 5 armored knights charge at Raidrun. Battle erupts as Raidrun Raid Run defends fiercely. Raid Run brutalizes knights, embedding one in the stone wall amid flying debris. Raid Run insists on leaving fast. Choi snaps out of shock and agrees to flee. Choi's tear falls as he runs, leaving Hemwon Fortress behind for the unknown. Alone in a carriage, Choi stares blankly at the sky, lost in despair hours later. Raid Run mercilessly kills pursuing knights, showing why he is feared as Red Nightmare. Rachel snaps Choi back to reality, slapping him gently to revive his will. Rachel insists opportunity exists if Choi stays alert despite despair. Raid Run reveals a plan to enroll Choi officially in the Demon King's army. The human camp, Park Tae, Soo grows suspicious watching heroes gathered together. Park breaks quietly from the group, doubting rescue and planning to observe first. A soldier spots Park and offers to guide him, mistaking him for a hero. The soldier presses him harder, greedily calling Park a hero despite his protests. Choi Hyun Suk sharpens his resolve to survive in the dangerous demon army. Rachel warns Choi to focus, while Raid Run questions his odd behavior. Choi sighs deeply, dreaming of a peaceful life far from endless battles. Rachel alerts him to a huge black castle coming into view on the horizon. The carriage approaches the Third Corps headquarters, anticipation growing high. At the Corps headquarters, Choi prepares to meet the commander, filled with dread. Raid Run announces their arrival. The Corps commander slowly reveals herself. Hemis's alluring figure contrasts with her terrifying, monstrous mouth visage. Hemis mocks Raid Run while demonstrating terrifying magical power over Choi Hyun Suk. Hemis threatens a rival Corps commander with dark humor about making a leather bag. Hemis reveals Bobo, her enormous dog, Puppy, exiting her huge mouth to greet them both. Choi struggles to stay focused despite the bizarre sight of Bobo inside Hemis's mouth. Hemis questions Raid Run about Choi's nature and readiness for the demon army. Raid Run praises Choi's leadership and hints at personally training him soon. Hemis forbids Raid Run from training Choi, claiming other priorities await him. Hemis approaches Choi, touching his chest and promising special treatment. Hemis assigns Choi as caretaker to Bobo, the enormous Demon King's puppy. Choi awkwardly flatters Hemis's huge lips to save face amid rising tension. Hemis warns Choi to keep Bobo fed or risk becoming a snack himself. Choi laughs through tears as Hemis jokes about her good appetite and his fate. Choi Hyun Suk becomes caretaker of the enormous dog Bobo overnight. Goblin caretaker Hoken introduces himself and briefs Choi on his duties. Hoken tells Choi their main job is preparing Bobo's meals and nothing else. Choi questions if meal prep is all they must do. Hoken confirms it firmly. Hoken warns Choi that if he fails, Bobo will devour him instead of eating his meal. Hoken rushes to prepare a snack, grabbing Choi's arm as Bobo suddenly awakens. Hoken presents a giant bowl of mixed meats, but Bobo snarls, displeased with the meal. Bobo lunges at Hoken, who trembles and pushes Choi forward to escape. Choi quickly subdues Hoken and throws him aside for Bobo to devour. Bobo catches Hoken and devours him, then burps contentedly after the meal. Hel struggles as Bobo chases her wildly, causing chaos in the castle. Choi warns Rahel to calm Bobo down or risk becoming his next meal. Choi realizes keeping Bobo full is critical to avoid being eaten or seriously harmed. Choi examines a storage filled with mysterious meats, but Bobo refuses to eat them. Choi ponders ways to safely reach the kitchen to find Bobo's secret food source. He rejects asking Legion Commander Hemis or Raid Run for kitchen access. Both seem unlikely. Bobo chases Rahel again. Urgency grows to find food to keep the dog fed. Idea strikes Choi. The hero shop might hold items to help manage Bobo. He reviews strange and funny hero shop items, searching for something useful. Choi finds pet supplies and prepares to buy an item that might please Bobo. Bone promises to gain favor of large dogs, costing 30 hero points to buy. Choi smiles, hopeful this purchase starts the plan to win Bobo's affection. Choi Hyun Suk throws the bone. Bobo fetches it with fierce speed. Bobo leaps and catches the bone mid-air, eager for Choi's praise. Bobo drops the bone, looking up with pleading eyes for praise. Choi praises Bobo, who happily wags his massive tail with booming sound. Bobo's thick skin and huge size make Hyun Suk cautious and respectful. System alerts Hyun Suk to rising favorability with Bobo, boosting hope. Rachel questions Hyun Suk's mood while Bobo confirms loyalty with a bark. Hyun Suk hopes to fully tame Bobo and become Hemis's favored handler. Bobo's rough lick scrapes Hyun Suk's cheek but bonds them closer together. Bobo suddenly opens his mouth wide to bite, and Hyun Suk quickly retreats. Hyun Suk calms Bobo by promising more playtime if he holds back. Hours spent playing fail as Bobo grows hungry. Time to get real food. Bobo sniffs first feeding eating scraps and spits them out, proving his gourmet tastes. Hyun Suk resolves to get better food from the kitchen to satisfy Bobo's hunger. Hyun Suk calls Bobo to walk. Bobo cheers as they prepare to leave the corridor. Repel, a veteran soldier, spots Hyun Suk and Bobo and prepares to confront them. Repel threatens Hyun Suk but is stunned by Bobo's intimidating presence. Repel trembles as Bobo licks his head. Hyun Suk warns him of Bobo's power. Hyun Suk asks Repel for directions as the latter nervously guides him to the kitchen. Repel wishes good luck to Hyun Suk, hiding his fear behind a tough facade. Hyun Suk and Rachel talk about his plan as they prepare to head to the kitchen. Bobo mysteriously disappears, prompting Hyun Suk and Rachel to search urgently. Bobo returns covered in blood, burping with bones spilling from his mouth. A commotion about Commander Regis's death signals serious trouble ahead. Choi Hyun Suk sighs deeply at the chaos caused by Bobo devouring a commander. Rahel shouts frantically for help as the demon soldiers charge at them relentlessly. Choi Hyun Suk contemplates the incoming threat, observing the enraged animal-headed soldiers. Rahel hides in Choi Hyun Suk's arms as the Demon King's army surrounds them tightly. Choi Hyun Suk resolves to fight back, roaring loudly to shake the charging soldiers' confidence. Demon soldiers mock him as they plan how to eat his body piece by piece without hesitation. Bullred, the mighty wild boar vice commander, steps forward and taunts Choi Hyun Suk. Choi Hyun Suk slaps Bullred across the face, shocking the vice commander instantly. Choi Hyun Suk provokes Bullred while pointing at Bobo, challenging the soldier's doubt. Choi Hyun Suk stomps on Bobo's tail, awakening him with a furious, terrifying roar. Bobo swiftly devours Bullard's head, spilling blood and silencing the furious vice commander. Fear grips the soldiers as Choi Hyun Suk warns them no one can challenge Lord Bobo. The soldiers kneel and beg forgiveness, acknowledging both Bobo and Hyun Suk's authority. Choi Hyun Suk basks in victory, gaining charisma from subjugating the soldiers easily. Confident he has won, Choi Hyun Suk moves toward the chef to get the needed ingredients. Suddenly, a cold female voice halts Choi Hyun Suk, revealing Commanding Officer Heems. Heems reveals she has heard the commotion and questions Choi Hyun Suk's actions. Hemis leads Choi Hyun Suk to her office, her presence intense and seductively cold. Choi Hyun Suk explains the brutal truth plainly as Hemis listens, amused and intrigued. Hemis praises Choi Hyun Suk, impressed by his cunning and guts despite the danger. Hemis explains that strength rules here and demons grow dumber, ignoring anything else. Hemis nears Choi Hyun Suk, asking if he wishes to become an executive under her. Hemis demands 1 month to fight and win duels to extend his protection period. Hemis warns of death if Choi Hyun Suk loses a duel, her tone cold and cruel. After leaving, Choi Hyun Suk heads to the cookhouse with Bobo to get his food. Rahel warns Choi Hyun Suk his hero days are numbered. Bobo shows fierce trust. Rahel advises steady growth. Choi Hyun Suk accepts he must level up gradually. Despite fear, Choi Hyun Suk vows to win the duel against Orc Kirkin he faces. Choi Hyun Suk jokes lightly with Rahel, then humorously commands Bobo to eat her. Rahel reacts disgusted, dripping with Bobo's saliva, forcing Choi Hyun Suk to hurry. At the cookhouse, Choi Hyun Suk meets Cook Khan, who refuses to give ingredients freely. Khan challenges Choi Hyun Suk, saying the order grants no help beyond his protection. Khan abruptly orders Choi Hyun Suk to follow him and take the ingredients himself. Cookhouse feast erupts. Soldiers feast on meat while Khan explains the grim ingredient hunt. Choi Hyun Suk senses doom in Khan's words about the hunt for meat ingredients. Choi Hyun Suk leaves the castle with cooks, heading to the forest outskirts. He worries about Bobo left behind alone in the kitchen by the cooks. Choi Hyun Suk considers escaping through the forest, seeing his chance. The cooks spot a huge boilder beast, preparing to hunt it despite the danger. A brave cook, Morgan, stands alone to confront the charging boilder monstrous beast. Morgan is catastrophically struck down instantly by the boilder in a brutal hit. Despite great danger, cooks rush forward shouting and attacking the beast recklessly. Culkin explains the battle was costly. 12 cooks died, but the boilder is slain. Taking a break, Choi Hyun Suk retreats to talk with Rahel about the upcoming hunts. Rahel warns him that hunting monsters will be very dangerous for a newbie like him. Choi admits the challenge ahead is daunting but insists he must try and level up fast. Rahel doubts his plan of just waiting to land last hits in chaotic battle will work. Back with the group, Culkin offers Choi the vanguard role before the next hunt. Choi refuses the vanguard position, fearing it is a suicide mission like Morgan's fate. Suddenly, howling sounds surround them. The urine pack approaches, encircling the group. Culkin explains urine meat tastes bad but adds it to the night's menu, rallying cooks. Cooks charge with fierce shouts as Choi Hyun Suk grips his knife ready for battle. Choi Hyun Suk steeling himself, ready to gain experience from the chaotic battle ahead. Chaos erupts as Choi faces wild urine in his first brutal battle here. Choi battles inner fears. Rachel buffs him with magic. Glowing aura appears. Choi steels himself for battle, running toward injured urine with fierce determination. Choi stabs deep into urine's neck, then finishes it with a powerful kick. Choi's kick sends urine crashing down, securing his first kill this world. Choi checks to confirm urine's death. The level up alarms ring out loudly. Choi's heart races with excitement after leveling up 4 times at once. He quickly searches for more targets, spotting enemies threatening injured cooks. Choi crashes into combat, body checking a monster to save a cook's life. The fight ends swiftly. Cooks prove capable survivors in the grim battle. Choi learns the cook's dangerous efforts cater to exclusive gourmet executives. Fresh monster meat is prized. Cooks endure risk for this exclusive privilege. Choi imagines cooking skills could win favor among cooks and executives. He decides to spend all hero points on cooking ability and special flavored salt. Choi sprinkles salt on grilled boiled meat, cooking carefully over fire. He grills the meat tenderly, watching with a cook's practiced focus. Choi offers the cooked meat to Kulkan, hoping to impress the leader. Kulkan chews slowly. His face twitches as the flavor overwhelms him. Tears flow as Kulkan sobs uncontrollably, overwhelmed by the taste. Choi Hyun Suk plans to train his new cooking team thoroughly now. Culkin invites Choi Hyun Suk to join the cooks again anytime he wants. Alone, Choi Hyun Suk bitterly plans to milk the cooks for more hero points. Choi notes the level up problem is solved but still worries about the missing Bobo. Rachel appears suddenly and warns Choi that the rope wouldn't hold Bobo. Bobo's bark echoes as he returns, nuzzling Choi with joy after running free. Kitchen manager reports stored food vanished. The meat warehouse is in chaos. Bobo lets out a loud burp, hinting at the cause of the missing food disaster. Unspoken agreement to flee the chaos, Choi and Rachel prepare to make a run. Choi Hyun Suk arrives at Bobo's house where the giant puppy eagerly eats fresh meat. Choi marvels at Bobo's appetite, imagining how huge the dog will grow someday. Choi receives rapid system notifications about favorability and quest completion. Choi smiles contentedly, feeling secure after gaining 200 hero points from quest. Choi ponders how to spend hero points while appreciating the system's benefits. Choi notices bonus stat points to distribute and learns about leveling up stat rules. Choi chooses to invest all bonus points into strength after considering options. Rachel explains why mana is crucial and advises balanced stat growth gradually. Choi understands and agrees to level strength now but prioritize mana later gradually. Rachel recommends buying basic mana control ability now, crucial for future progress. They laugh together, realizing the basic mana control ability isn't in the hero shop anymore. Choi jokes Rachel is useless. She punches him softly in response in playful banter. 3 weeks pass as MC hunts daily, leveling quickly despite harsh trials. MC sighs, reflecting on his rapid growth but the difficulty it entailed. He opens the status window showing level 100 and improved stats with pride. MC wonders about dueling at level 100. Rachel explains levels only apply to heroes. Rachel reveals the strongest hero reached level 2000 after 10 years. MC realizes he still has a long way to go but feels motivated to keep progressing. A soldier arrives, summoning MC to the commander's office immediately. MC meets Hemis, the demon commander, who summons him for an urgent matter. Hemis notices MC's rapid growth and praises his increased mana and strength. Hemis reveals she knew MC was a hero and didn't call him to harm him. Hemis reminds MC of their duel promise and warns of deadly consequences if he loses. Hemis questions MC's complacency and urges him to struggle harder before their fight. MC leaves the office sweating, contemplating Hemis's true intentions. MC debates with Rachel, realizing Hemis views him as a disposable toy. Rachel explains that unexpected reversals make stories exciting and fun to watch. MC deduces that Hemis is setting him up to lose yet wants a surprising win. MC reflects on the role assigned to him as a toy to be broken without care. He plans to keep hunting and growing but first needs to gather key information. He opens the hero shop determined to analyze his opponent, the orc Kirkin. MC buys a combat power meter, ready to gather data on his difficult foe. MC buys a combat power meter from the hero shop to gauge enemy strength. Rahel doubts the combat power meter's value, but MC insists it's worth the cost. MC plans to use the meter to pick cooks with matching combat power for sparring. Rahel questions the need for the meter since MC usually hides taking last hits. MC explains leveling up is harder now and the meter helps him find easy targets. Rahel measures her combat power, struggling to use a device too big for her size. Rahel's combat power registers surprisingly low, and she suspects the meter is broken. MC measures Bobo's combat power and is shocked by the unusually high reading. Combat power numbers for Bobo keep rising, hitting an unexpectedly high total. Combat power meter shows over 47,000 for Bobo, surprising them both a lot. Rahel teases MC about his lower combat power compared to Bobo's huge number. MC strokes sleepy Bobo's head and bonds with his loyal, massive companion. Next day, MC leaves early, wearing the combat power meter to check soldier strengths. MC observes Demon King soldiers with average combat power nearly double his own. Goblins show much lower combat powers, confirming they are easiest enemies for MC. MC notices a Demon King's commander with alarmingly high combat power reading. MC approaches Kirkin training, his combat power much higher than initially expected. Kirkin's combat power reads 671, shocking Rahel and MC alike with the barrier. MC doubts surviving the duel but activates a quest to reach power 3000 fast. Despite fear, MC resolves to fight or faint, refusing to give up on survival. Choi Hyun Suk arrives at the cookhouse before the soldiers leave for hunting. Culkin notices Choi Hyun Suk's combat power device still worn on his head. Choi Hyun Suk measures Culkin's combat power and it shocks him deeply. Choi Hyun Suk discovers cooking soldiers have high combat powers too, surprising him. Choi Hyun Suk feels weaker compared to cooking soldiers despite rapid growth. Choi Hyun Suk requests sparring with cooking soldiers to improve his skills. Culkin agrees to sparring and Choi Hyun Suk picks Galbakum as partner. Cooking soldiers misunderstand sparring as deadly fight and worry for Choi Hyun Suk. Culkin instructs Galbakum to spar seriously but not to kill Choi Hyun Suk. Sparring match starts with Choi Hyun Suk ready and Galbakum cautious and tense. Choi Hyun Suk swiftly dodges Galbakum's punch and lands a decisive kick. Choi Hyun Suk knocks Galbakum unconscious with one hit. Cooking soldiers are stunned. Choi Hyun Suk reflects on his growth and believes he can challenge Kirkin eventually. Culkin warns about the Queen Thalassa's maternal instinct and danger of cubs. Cooking soldiers charge toward the Thalassa cubs, shouting for bone marrow snack. Choi Hyun Suk focuses on getting the last hit among many Thalassa cubs. He successfully kills 2 Thalassa cubs, gaining experience and levels up. Suddenly, tremors shake the earth as the Queen Thalassa appears with massive shadow. The Queen Thalassa's combat power is beyond measure, inducing fear in them. Culkin reveals his true strength and flees to save everyone from the Queen. Choi Hyun Suk accelerates his pace, refusing to fall behind in the hunt. Choi Hyun Suk orders the cooks to scatter from the attacking Queen. The Queen screams, shaking the forest and stunning everyone nearby. Hundreds of adult Thalas rush in, surrounding Choi Hyun Suk from all sides. Thalas attacks him fiercely with sharp forelegs, forcing him to dodge swiftly. He strikes the leg with his knife, but it hurts his hand more than the enemy. Choi Hyun Suk spots Culkin smashing Thalas and starts running to him. Cooks flee toward Culkin, hoping for his strength to save them. Queen Thalas closes in rapidly, stabbing cooks with her legs mercilessly. Choi Hyun Suk spots a cave and decides to sneak away for safety. Inside the cave, Choi Hyun Suk and Rachel catch their breath from the chaos. The cave opens into a vast, spacious chamber, mysterious and empty. Choi Hyun Suk senses something wrong with this giant space and sticky walls. Suddenly, an adult Thalas charges at them, forcing a desperate retreat. Choi Hyun Suk reflects on his valiant fate amid chaos and running away. Reaches a dead-end room filled with Thalas eggs, a dangerous trap. The Thalas monster seems focused on the eggs, hesitating to attack him. A wicked smile spreads as Choi Hyun Suk exploits the monster's fear of its eggs. Choi Hyun Suk tosses the egg, teasing the fierce Thalas monster nearby. Thalas rushes to catch the egg, treating it like a precious treasure on the ground. Choi Hyun Suk plays further, throwing the egg to drain Thalas' stamina. Rahel suggests crashing the egg against the wall to trap Thalas effectively. Choi Hyun Suk throws the egg against the wall, luring Thalas into a crash. Thalas crashes into the wall, catching the egg. Rahel winces at the loud impact. Choi Hyun Suk laughs with Rahel while Thalas repeatedly crashes and weakens. Thalas roars in anger but cannot overcome its injuries or the clever trap. Choi Hyun Suk calls for Rahel's buff and prepares to finish the exhausting fight. Choi Hyun Suk leaps onto Thalas's head, striking the cracked shell with deadly force. The shell cracks open. Choi Hyun Suk pulls out Thalas's organs amid green blood flow. Choi Hyun Suk taps the weakened Thalas's head. The beast collapses defeated. Level up notifications ring as Choi Hyun Suk experiences his first real monster hunt. Choi Hyun Suk checks his stats window and notices large gains in levels and points. Rahel spots Choi Hyun Suk's injured hand and casts a healing spell to help him. Choi Hyun Suk reacts to Rahel's healing, complaining about painful but necessary treatment. Chef Culkin arrives inside the cave, spotting Choi Hyun Suk alive amidst chaos. Hemis greets Red Nightmare Raidrun and discusses the captured Holy Empire's Saintus. Raidrun reports mission success. Hemis praises his reliability and dedication. Urgent news arrives. A Thalas herd causes trouble, threatening Cook's safety. Hemis orders Raidrun to clean up the Thalas threat despite the danger involved. Raidrun silently departs on his mission, determined yet forewarned about Choi Hyun Suk. Choi Hyun Suk survives. Culkin finds him inside Talas's nest cave. Choi Hyun Suk reveals this cave is Talas's nest. Culkin reacts shocked. Choi Hyun Suk shows dead Talas and their eggs. Culkin gazes at eggs unfocused. Culkin gleefully tears open Tala's eggs and devours them eagerly. Culkin urges Choi Hyun Suk to eat Tala's eggs, praising their stamina boost. Culkin dismisses escape, convinced they are already trapped and doomed here. Rachel worries about escape. Culkin annoys her with unwanted advances. Rachel demands action. Choi Hyun Suk explains lack of powerful magic to escape. Choi Hyun Suk admits no secret technique. Rachel urges not to give up hope. Rachel implores Hero to check Encyclopedia of Magical Beasts in Hero Shop quickly. Choi Hyun Suk purchases Encyclopedia of Magical Beasts for 50 hero points. Choi Hyun Suk studies the encyclopedia and learns vital Tala's information. He finds strengths and weaknesses of Tala's, but the plan remains incomplete. Choi Hyun Suk tries to awaken Culkin from his frenzy by slapping him. Culkin slowly wakes. Choi asks if he can use fire magic to aid their escape. Culkin confirms he can shoot flames. Choi Hyun Suk says fire won't harm Talas. Choi Hyun Suk reveals his escape plan. Culkin doubts its success but listens. Choi Hyun Suk encourages Culkin to survive for more delicious food in future. Culkin stands up, belly swollen from eggs, fully ready to fight for survival. Suddenly surviving cooks rush in from the entrance, shouting they are alive. Choi Hyun Suk's hope rises. Time to survive and start their risky final plan. Choi Hyun Suk rallies cooks and Culkin to run without stopping. They shout and sprint through the cave holding eggs as makeshift hostages. Giant Tala's spiders swarm, blocking their path with loud cries around. Choi Hyun Suk throws an egg to ignite explosion, shaking the cave. Explosions ignite, spreading flames that destabilize the cave structure. Chaos rises as Tala's frenzy and swarm repairing cave under attack. Culkin fiercely clears Tala's, blocking their path with powerful swings. Only a dozen eggs remain as they race to find an exit and survive. A bright light gleams ahead, raising hope of escaping the collapsing cave. They stop abruptly as Queen Talas blocks their exit with her huge body. Queen Talas roars fiercely, rallying all Talas to form a siege. Queen returns, shocked to find intruders holding eggs hostage. Exploding egg bombs cause flames and panic among Talas creatures. Choi Hyun Suk commands cooks to gather remaining eggs for bargaining. Choi Hyun Suk threatens the queen, holding eggs like bombs for leverage. The egg bomb fuse burns, causing a tense standoff with the Talas. Talas rush toward them as the bomb's fuse nears explosion. Cave trembles. Choi Hyun Suk throws the bomb upwards moments before the massive explosion. Massive explosion shakes the cave, beginning a terrifying collapse. Amid falling rocks, a Talas lunges at Choi Hyun Suk but is crushed. The system announces a crazy level up as explosive power surges suddenly. The collapsing cave shakes violently as massive boulders crash down. Level up notifications ring non-stop as he fights to survive the collapse. He commands Rachel to buff him, boosting his abilities instantly. The giant Queen the Lost charges as Culkin makes a run with the egg. Choi Hyun Suk dashes beneath the Queen's legs, escaping her focus. He looks up at the Queen's huge belly as she rushes past him. The ground trembles as rocks shower down near the cave's exit. The Lost lunges with sharp legs, but he kicks it hard in retaliation. Massive rock crushes the Lost after he staggers from the kick. Bonus points surge as he invests rapidly to increase his stats on the run. Leveling quickly, he reaches level 180 with boosted strength and speed. Another the loss blocks the path, but he dodges and punches fiercely. Delivers a crushing kick, shattering the Thalas's protective shell. He leaps onto another Thalas's head, hammering it fiercely with fists. He powers through the cave's collapse, nearing level 198 swiftly. The cave ceiling caves in directly above him with a terrible shockwave. Cowhead Raidrun appears and blocks the queen's attack, saving him. Raidrun lifts the queen's legs with flaming strength and slams her down. Raidrun's final punch explodes the queen's head in a shower of gore. Choi Hyun Suk smiles faintly, awed by Raidrun's powerful sacrifice. Only 6 of 105 cooks returned from the deadly hunt, including Hyun Suk. Rachel urges Hyun Suk to prepare quickly for the upcoming duel. Hyun Suk doubts their limited training options inside Bobo's quiet home. Hyun Suk worries about food shortage for Bobo when hunting is paused. Rachel reveals Hyun Suk's magic power is key to surviving the duel. Hyun Suk acknowledges he must learn magical energy control quickly. Rachel promises to teach him magic control despite short time left. Suddenly Rachel vanishes, leaving Hyun Suk startled and looking around. Raidrun appears unexpectedly and urges Hyun Suk to follow him immediately. Hyun Suk silently follows Raidrun, wary of his overwhelming strength. Raidrun knocks and enters Hemis's office with Hyun Suk in tow. Hemis greets them. Surprised, Raidrun asks to personally teach Hyun Suk. Raidrun explains the threat Orc Kirkin poses and requests to train Hyun Suk. Hyun Suk sweats nervously while waiting for Hemis's decision. Hemis finally agrees, allowing Raidrun to train Hyun Suk personally. Alone, Hemis contemplates Hyun Suk's unbelievably fast growth. Hemis worries Raidrun's training raises Hyun Suk's odds to over 50%. She decides to visit the barracks and considers rewarding Kirkin. Orc Kirkin prepares unwittingly for the challenging duel ahead. Raidrun prepares to train Hyun Suk intensely in the coming 4 days. Hyun Suk accepts Raidrun's help, ready to become stronger for Kirkin. Hemis surprises soldiers with a sudden visit to the crowded barracks. Hemis questions Orc Kirkin about his training, noting his improvement. Hemis evaluates Kirkin's strength but doubts his chance against Choi Hyun Suk. Hemis offers to share her magic with Kirkin to boost his strength. Raidrun contemplates Choi Hyun Suk's latent magic and urgent training needs. Raidrun decides to use drastic methods to awaken Choi Hyun Suk's magic. Raidrun reveals he will teach Choi Hyun Suk to wield magic power effectively. Raidrun begins by striking Choi Hyun Suk to activate his magic power. Choi Hyun Suk is repeatedly struck but urged to draw out his dormant magic power. Raidrun advises instinctive magic use while avoiding fatal wounds as damage continues. Choi Hyun Suk struggles through pain and blood, urged to focus to survive. Raidrun warns Choi Hyun Suk about the deadly consequences of losing the duel. Choi Hyun Suk realizes his survival depends on mastering magic power quickly. Raidrun attacks again, aiming at Choi Hyun Suk's exposed side to test defense. Choi Hyun Suk is struck hard and suffers broken ribs pushed to his limits. Despite severe injuries, Raidrun pushes on to force Choi Hyun Suk's growth. Choi Hyun Suk prays for magic to awaken as a heavy fist strikes his back. Dormant magic power inside Choi Hyun Suk begins to stir in his darkest hour.